Alright, we're back. Another track guide. This time at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, which I really don't like this place because I'm just awful here. It's always been the case, I don't know why. We're back on the full horsepower, low downforce package, which is just way better than what we had last week because it's just more fun. So, keys to the race card. Number 1, tires. As usual, you get the point. Number 2, the track's fairly bumpy, mostly on the straights and sometimes the entry to corners. And it has progressive banking, which, you know, the bottom's the least amount, and the top's the most, I guess. That's what it feels like. Which is why you see me running that weird line. And number 3, the car seems to be like on a pivot, you know? Like your left rear's planted to a flagpole, and the right rear's just spinning around it. There's no grip on exit, so 2 and 4 are going to be a real challenge, as you see there. So that's it for keys to the race card. Onto the pit road. Alright, once you got yourself down to the right speed, 45 miles per hour, pit road speed starts with the yellow cone that we just saw all the way down this long and boring pit road. It is also pretty bumpy, even though you can't really see it here. Your pit exit starts here at the green cones. You get the point. Stay on the bottom under the yellow. Alright, there's your blue cone. You see it under the yellow, so stay under that on the entire exit of pit road. And it's really narrow, like one car wide, and it's sometimes you'll get pretty close to that inner wall. That's kind of why I'm just showing a screenshot of this. Figured it'd be easier. I know it's not the same as the car driving, but I'll just be honest, I forgot to record the pit road part, so I had to do it afterwards, and too much work. On to the lap. Alright, fix it up, fix weather. Only change I made to the set was 12-to-1 steering as usual. That's just my preference. You change it to what you like. And 63 brake bias, just because it seemed to help the car rotate a little better into the corner. Weather is it's a spicy 119 track temp. It's in Fahrenheit for those who aren't from the United States. Anyways, let's see how the lap was done, because it was challenging, and then we'll talk about it. Alright, you can see how much on a pivot that left rear is. It's just really weird. I'll say it's challenging to the point that I couldn't recreate this lap without watching my own video. Just, it's kind of weird. Alright, so we're going to make our way into one to see how I accomplish this. So let me slow-mo it. Just the 2 times, because we're looking over here on the right. Alright, see these numbers? There's 1, 2, 3, and I think the car's like right under 4 right now. And that's what I'm looking at to begin the braking. Somewhere between 2 and 3. Because I get the 2 right in the center, my windshield, and that's when I want the brakes pretty hard. Right about now. Trail braking, so lots of brake, then you're releasing the brake slowly as you're getting into the corner. So you can see I didn't go to the bottom, because I'm aiming for where the pavement meets, right here, the seam. Where it's really dark up here, but it's not as dark here. That's where we're aiming the right sides for. Then we're going to turn back down once we get to the center, hopefully off the brake, but the car doesn't want to seem to turn when you're off the brake, so basically what you see in road racing, once the brake's trailing off, you're getting back on the throttle. See what I'm talking about here? I let it drift up, that's when I'm off the brake. I tap it again to get me back down, then I use the throttle to start my descent. Down to the second groove. We never get to the bottom. And you'll see here, I'm going to start turning down, trying to get a straight launch off. Because this car is really weird. You can see it there. I never got out of the throttle, even though I really had to fight the car. Use every inch of track. And turn 3 is about the same approach, 2 and 3 marker. Braking closer to the 2. So right here. Right at the 2, actually. Doing the same thing, except I'm a little bit lower on entry. Again, trail braking, or at least as we drift up, once we get up to the third groove, I would say, which is right here, obviously throttle again. Start your descent. Back down to the second groove. Get on the throttle when you feel like it's safe. You really gotta fight it, especially with a fixed set. And there you go. 29,699. Alright, that's it for this track guide. May or may not be helpful, because like I said, I'm terrible here, and yeah. That was the best I could do. Now, doing that in a race run might result in your demise quite early, so watch out for that. Anyways, Sim Racing Chewy side.